I'm here. I'm so sorry for last time. Whoa, I'm unstable. Well, you knew that already. Hi. I'm here. Okay, I'm going to start off and be really honest here. I'm feeling very vulnerable about doing this long set tonight. Because, hear me out, this is my first time on stage since I got heckled. And I got heckled real bad. You don't care.
I do.
You care. Yeah, no. Well, my boss said it was a performance evaluation, but screw her. She didn't show up, so I'm going to talk about her. I'm so glad I had to have dental work done a while back, and the doctor's a sadist. The whole side of my mouth is numb for like so long, and so I get home from the dentist, and my dog needs to go for a walk right away. So I walk at the dog. I can hardly move my face, and this, of course, is the day all the neighbors are there. They're all out and walking around. And so I walk up to the one, we have a conversation. I'm kind of, it's hard to talk. Well, apparently now I'm a stroke survivor. It's okay, my lawn's getting mowed. I'm getting casserole dishes. I'm gonna get a cane and just milk this as long as I can. I know, I mean, Rick already warned you. I was gonna surprise you and say I'm old, but he spoiled that joke, Yeah, this is my belated birthday bash show. We originally planned it for my birthday, but COVID got me instead. Fuck COVID. And so we're here now, 65. I know. I just wish I didn't look it. I mean, I am old. I get it. I really am. I am so old. I just bought my second bottle of Worcestershire sauce. That's old. I am so old. Now, when I have to do the internet forms and it gets to my birthday, it hurts. I spin that wheel, where's Pat Sajak? Like, oh my God, it takes when I hit 65, I get to enroll for Medicare. When you do the form for Medicare online, they do the years in reverse. Instead of starting off with 2022, it starts off with 1900. Now, first of all, if you were born in 1900, good for you. But second of all, I got to my year a lot quicker that way. That was sad. That was sad. It's got to the point now when I'm shopping and the clerk, we start talking about lifetime warranties. We both get the giggles. Buy it, you don't care, get those bananas. It doesn't matter. And I still work. I went to a job interview, and I've noticed now when I go to job interviews, they never ask anymore, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Horizontal. I don't know. It's horrible. Well, but I'm not that far off. I mean, I'm not that bad. I still send those you up texts, except I send them at 4:00 p.m. I have to get to bed early. I'm old. I don't know. The thing about getting old is it happens really fast. I didn't try. It just, here we are. Okay. There is so much more. I need to take a drink. You know what? There. I proved I can have a drink on stage and not choke. No, I'm here to tell you ageism is real. It is. When I was a little kid, I could run around with my binoculars all day and no one said a word, spying on the neighbors. They didn't care. Today, Mr. Weber, step away from the window. Hate that. You are a good audience. No, I love it. Whoa, I can't put it on the cap. Here, you take that. I'll knock it over. I did a gig at the retirement center recently. Recently, and when I say recently, it could have been 1996. But no, it was actually recently. I love going there because I'm one of the younger people there. The only other place I can do that is Congress. The only bad thing about doing the gigs at the retirement center, they always make me show 2 forms of ID to get out. Apparently I picked the profile of a runner, well, a walker. Here I go. I'm so spry. But no, I like going. There's a guy there, I go there a lot, and I see him all the time. And he always comes up to me and goes, you're a boomer. And I'm like, yes, I know, thank you. He goes, you know what I am? I go, yes, you're annoying. He goes, I'm the greatest generation. They always say that, these older people. Greatest generation. And they always tell you why, too, even if you don't ask. Because we killed Hitler! Well, you did eventually, but come on. Tell Anne Frank you killed Hitler. You know, could have been a little speedier, don't you? Okay, too soon? I thought we were okay with that one. Okay, I'm going to scratch the 9/11 joke for sure. All right. No, I like going there. The thing, they always ask me, they're very impressed by me. When they find out that I play Animal Crossing, it kills. Well, so many things do there, but they like how up to date I am, and they ask me questions like, Jim, what's this LBGTQ stuff? I just don't give them a straight answer. I can't. I've been gay longer than most of you have been born. Well, not some of you. Not some of you. No, I like it. Things are changing. Well, here's the thing. When I go to the retirement center, my daughters, who I love dearly, but they can be very, very mean, they always say, well, Dad, while you're there, why don't you check the place out? Really? They don't want to be my caretakers, apparently. That was my plan. And first of all, I'm not going to go to a retirement center to live if they're going to hire me to be the comic. I mean, I want one a little better. Not that I'm bad, but I mean, you can do a little better, you know, I think. I do. One thing about getting old is like jobs have gotten different. I mean, there's jobs that did not exist, and I don't understand. I was watching this reality show recently, and they were having all the people talk about what they did, and this one young woman, her job is sex coach. I have questions. I mean, did you know the word for 60-year-olds, if somebody in their 60s, do you know what that word is? Sexagenarian. So I thought, okay, sex coach, I'm interested in this. I want to hear. I never did really find out, but I'm curious, what does the sex coach do? I mean, do they come in with you and go, rah, rah, go! Extra yard! Touchdown! I don't know. You know, penalty! Groping? I don't know. I'm just very, very curious. I'm more curious about life coaches. What the hell? Life coach. Inhale, exhale, you're alive. What the heck? I don't get it. Maybe I'm just cranky. I don't know. I am. But I think I could be a marriage counselor, a relationship counselor, because I have been married for over 40 years. Took you long enough. No, I have, just not all of the same people. I've had several. No, it's my plan. I want to work my way through all of the personality disorders. I've gotten quite a few. No, not now. My husband now is perfect. He's awesome. He's not even here, and I'm saying that. So it's okay now. I like that. I know. Awesome. Oh, I am. You know, I thought I would, when I got older, I would be like a lovable Grandpa Walton, you know, one you all like, and I'm leaning way hard towards cranky and grumpy. I see it happening, and I'm like, oh, but I'm just, you know what, I'm just bowing into it. Is that the word? Lean into it. And I realized I was driving around, and you see those signs, drive like your kids live here. Made me mad. First of all, don't boss me around. Anyway, But first of all, my kids are in their 30s. They have very good reflexes. And they're not returning my calls very quickly, so game on. I'll drive like Mike, and I drive fast. I do, I have to, because I have to get where I'm going before I forget where I'm going. That's the kind of old person I am. I have to do that. I just find myself having crank attacks all the time. Okay. Have you seen the warnings on movies and Netflix and whatnot now? It's crazy. It caught my eye because it was 2 rows of warning, not just one, 2 rows. And it was for watching Dahmer. Now, first of all, if you're turning on Dahmer, do you need any warnings? Come on. Oh, it's a sadistic serial killing cannibal. Warn you for what? Okay, it did. 2 lines. The first thing they decided to warn you about for Dahmer? Coarse language. Can you see? Somebody's fine with all the cutting up and eviscerating, eating the liver, but when he goes, damn, this is good, that's too much. They swore, but he goes, coarse language, gore, peril, strong, bloody violence. Surprise, I knew that. Line 2, sex, nudity, and the biggie, smoking. No, I'm not watching it because they're doing a Marlboro while they're slicing them in. No way. No way. And let's talk about the sex nudity warning. That is not a warning. That's a promise. That's a promise. When I see sex nudity, I expect sex and nudity in that show, or you've wasted my time when I watch it. And it's cheating if the nudity is someone my age that just bares their butt for a moment. That's not, that shouldn't count. I mean, I'm very body positive, everybody's beautiful, blah, 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 but come on. Gravity has affected some of us more than others. And if you're in 60s and you're doing your bare butt shot, it's farther south than it was when you were in your prime. I know this to be true. I am so shy. I don't do like out there naughty things very often that I would confess to, but before I was married, but I was gonna get married, my husband-to-be said, I would love some sexy photos of you. He's seen them, he's already laughing. He wanted it, so I'm going, okay. And he really likes behinds, that's his favorite. So, too much information, but he does. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna get this picture. And when I looked, and I went, oh. What happened? It used to be perky. It's not so I said, I'm gonna do the picture. So I turn around and I try to pull everything. Is it in the right place? And once I got everything pulled and it looked just right, yet ooh, and not because it was perfect, but I had to have both hands so I couldn't take the picture. So it's very sad, gravity and age. You're awesome. I love it. I'm taking another sip of water. Okay. The other warning label that knives. When you get a new knife, it's sharp. It's like, well, duh. I'm going to send it back. But weed. When you get weed now, it's got too civilized because the label may have intoxicating effects. Well, shit, if it doesn't, I'm taking it back. I've smoked real grass in my life because I grew up in the 60s. And we had very dishonorable drug dealers sometimes. And I know the difference when it has an intoxicating effect and it doesn't. And it better. I'm with Rick. He was talking about how it's better now when it's legal. I remember when I'm so glad it's legal. Because I like pot. I like it a lot. I like it. And I could never get it. I mean, look, come on, I got snitch face. I look like, undercover cop or dad trying to find out what you did to their kid. I mean, I just couldn't. I would try and they'd say, oh, I don't have. They could be smoking a doobie, that's how old I am. They could be smoking a joint right in front of me and go, no, I don't have anything, man. No, nothing. Finally, in college, somebody took pity on me and they introduced me to the local drug dealer. Well, weed dealer, that was all it was. And his name, first of all, he was some kind of professional by day, but he was an exhibitionist by night. And he only did his drug deals behind the 7-Eleven in the alley at night. So it was always dark, he was always in a trench coat, and when you went for the exchange, you never knew. Are you getting weed? Are you getting Willie? I didn't know. My very first blowjob. Well, in an alley. In an alley. At night. No, okay, there's a lot. All right, that was Weed Willie. I was just glad that it finally got legal and all that kind of stuff. Look, I have weed socks. Yeah. My favorite hoodie has a big marijuana leaf on it. And now that I'm thinking about it, that's what I was wearing when I was walking the dog with my stroke face. Now that I thought she went smoke, and I said a little. Apparently she said stroke. A little. Well, I wasn't wearing my hearing. Who wears their hearing aids to the dentist? Really? Hearing the so I didn't put them on for the walk, so that may have contributed. Yeah, I can't hear worse shit. I can't. For years, people were. In fact, right now they're going on and off. I can hear it, then I can't. So if I'm going like this and getting dizzy, it's real. Wow, comedy and a passing out on stage. It's a real night of entertainment. It's wonderful. People were telling me for the longest time, get your hearing tested, get your hearing tested. Finally, somebody sent a text. I never heard them. Why not? Oh no, when I was little in school, did you ever have the hearing tests in elementary school? Do they still do that, or is that, oh my gosh. They did not diagnose my hearing problem, but they diagnosed anxiety. Can you hear it? Not. I would get so tense because I was a little anxious kid. I wanted to do well in school. I didn't want to be a problem. I wanted to do everything right. And then with a little kid, what they tell you, they don't say hearing test. I want you to hear the little mice, and when they squeak, let me know. I was freaked out. There's mice. Are they going to get on me? I mean, I was not a very strong kid. So I'm already nervous. Where's the mouse? Is it a mouse or is it a rat? Then you hear, ee! I heard it. But then they would go, and I'd say it so fast because I didn't want to be wrong. And then they'd say, aren't you hearing anything? I'd go, no. And then I'd start freaking out, and I do the same thing now as an adult when I do the hearing test. Do you hear it? Do you hear the buzz? I always hear a buzz. That's why I have to have hearing aids. I hear it all, so screw you. I love the attention of going to those tests, but they finally said, we cannot diagnose his hearing, or we cannot give him a hearing score because he's too nervous to take the test. If it had been the 2000s, if it had been now, they would have had me go see a therapist, but then it was well, toughen him up. It's like, that's all there is to it. Oh, but it was so good to be able to hear. I mean, the tipping point for me was the pool party with my grandson. He was about 3 years old at the time, and he and all of his little preschool friends come running up, and he goes, Grandpa, you'll know this. What's a cannibal? So I told him, and all the kids started crying and running to their parents, and they're all mad at me. Cannonball. So close. So close. Oh. Yeah, I learned my lesson there. It was awesome when I got them. I mean, I learned things that I didn't know, my bones creak really loud in the morning. I mean, no wonder I wake up the dog. I mean, I didn't know they creak like that. And silent but deadly. Half right. Sorry, front row. Oh. I used to always walk by this guy, Lower Queen Anne, when I walked by Dick's, the restaurant. Now, this is not a sex joke. I don't know where some of those laughs are coming from. but I'm glad they're coming. Well, it's like all of my dates. Where was I? Oh, Dick's. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm into bondage just a little bit. So I would walk by this guy, and every time I walked by him, he'd go, nice shoes. And at first I thought he was teasing me because I'm not that fashionable, but he said it every time for months walking by. Got the hearing aids. Walk by him, I'm getting ready for the nice shoes, thank you. And he goes, fuck you. 4 months. He's been saying, fuck you. And there's people at Dick's hearing this, and then they hear me go, well, thank you, and walk on my way. I guess I'm a pacifist or something, or stupid. But so the day when I walk by and I hear him goes, fuck you, I froze. I went, whoa, and he stopped, his eyes got big, he goes, what's wrong? I went, you just said that word. See, I can yell in here, but I couldn't say it there on the sidewalk. So anyway, we talked it over, told him what was going on. We actually hit it off, and we exchanged Christmas cards and get together ever so often. Yeah, works okay for me. All right, more vodka. Oh, my hearing aids are great for work, though. When I'm at work, so I can turn them off. They think I'm listening. I just nod a little bit. Perfect. So, who else has pets? Yay, that was a transition. Yeah, pets, okay. You were asked earlier tonight if you lie to your kids. Does anybody lie to their pets? I do all the time. You're a good little girl. She's not. I mean, she's cute. She's cute. The dog, and the cats, they're nice boy. I love them. Love them, love them, love them. They're little assholes. I mean, they tag team me. The cats will take my hearing aids out of the charger, play with them, knock them on the floor, so the dog can then go chew on them. They're kind of soggy. That's why they squeak now. These hearing aids cost more than my first car. Okay, granted, my first car was a used 65 Volkswagen Beetle, but still, it's $65. But anyway, It's hard when they do that. I know. I became a pet owner again during the pandemic because I hadn't had a pet for a long, long time. I had some bad experiences with pets, pet sitting. Very good friend when I was working as a new lawyer was going to go away for a weekend and said, would you please come and pet sit my cat? She can't stand to be alone. She can't go outside. She needs the attention. I mean, okay, you've got a neurotic cat. Fine, I'll do it. I mean, she had good cable. I could see good TV. I was ready. I'll go there. So I watched this cat all weekend. Nice cat, cuddly, whatnot, fluffy, little prissy thing. The last morning, I'm packing up. I got to be at work for a meeting. Pouring rain, so I'm taking my stuff to the car and back and forth. The last trip I come back, I've left the door open. The cat apparently could never go outside or it would die immediately. That's how she put it. Cat never go out. You know? So I looked through the whole place. No cat, don't know what to do. And then I hear meowing outside. And of course, in the pouring rain, under the shrubbery, is the cat who can't go outside. Oh, now you can go outside. Fuck you, cat. So I couldn't just go to work. I wanted to. So I'm underneath the shrub. I mean, mud, the water's getting all over me. I don't have another change of clothes. I get this cat. It's like, nah, and I get inside. It jumps out of my arms. I close the door, and I watch it run to the back of the house, past the other cat. The real cat. I have now rescued a stray feral cat that has now gone back in the closet and is hissing and won't come out. Here's the scar. And that's when I went into work, and they had to believe it because I was drenched and bloody. So you will never believe this, and that was why I didn't get pets for a while. Oh, but during the pandemic, I think I was probably 2 or 3 lockdown days away from a miniature pony. You know, I think I was, because during the pandemic, I went through all the bread makers and air fryers, but I got 2 cats, a bunch of fish, and a dog, and a husband. Got married. I should have put that first. Well, he came first. I'm that kind of comic. No, we got married before the pets because he really wanted a dog. And I wasn't so sure, but I love him. He wanted a dog. He really wanted a pit bull. Because his grandma, his elderly grandmother, has this old pit bull. I just think it's so cute. Grandma and her big pit bull named Sugar Baby. So I just thought it was cute. Like, okay, we'll get a dog. We're going to do a rescue dog. And we're talking about what kind of dog we want. And it was like doing a dating profile. I want a strong chest, good personality, nice face, trusting eyes. You know, that's what we're talking about. You know, Rolex, the watchdog. You know, that's what we wanted. That's what we were thinking about. And just like what happens with dating profiles, we ended up with a Chihuahua mix. Yeah, with a wandering eye, mild anxiety problem. It's like looking in a mirror. We are so alike. I love her. I mean, it is very. We're very similar. I mean, like she meets strangers, she gets so excited, pees a little. I meet strangers. I don't know. Maybe I pee, maybe I don't. It depends. I get to say jokes like that sometimes. She likes bones. No, that was too easy. I'm not going there. My dear husband, he finally admitted a while back, goes, you know, one reason I really wanted a dog is I thought maybe you would talk to the dog a lot and a little less to me. Apparently I talk a lot. So he loves me, but yeah, I get it. The thing is, the dog recently asked us to get another dog. I know. I worry about, her name is Minnie, for Minnie Marks or Minnie Pearl, not Minnie Mouse. That's very important for you to know. Maybe it wasn't. I was going somewhere important, now I can't remember. No, I'm afraid that maybe I gave her the anxiety disorder. Like I transmitted it somehow because I've been anxious forever, and I think it's hereditary. Because I know you're wondering, I'm Scandinavian, you've been wondering all day. But what is he, Norwegian or Swedish? Yeah. No, Swedish are the fun one. I'm the Norwegian. Yeah. The cranky ones. Dark. So I'm afraid we gave her the anxiety from that, because I thought Norwegians were just anxious, but I think it was just my family, and decided it was the entire nationality, but maybe not. But my ancestors, they moved to Seattle from Norway in the 1800s, and they are the ones that invented the Seattle freeze. They still do it, and they do it all over the country now. And man, they would have loved social distancing, but they would not have called it social distancing. They would have called it a good start. 10 feet, even better. I mean, it's not like they were cold and unfeeling. They had feelings, but they were like buried deep, like the fjords. That was it. We always had a saying in my family, did you hear about the man who loved his wife so much, he told her? Because in my family, we had rules. You do not show lots of emotion. You don't dance a lot. You don't make scenes. You don't get in trouble. You don't do anything wrong. You don't stand. I mean, our family motto is the reverse Nike. Just don't. That was us. Oh, it was hard. I'm going to have some more vodka. It's good. Well, thanks to my Norwegian heritage, I was horrible at flirting. This may explain some of the bad relationships before the good one. I just wasn't good at it because you're not supposed to be out there. So I'd be sitting there and I'd be like, it didn't work. I thought it would work. I had a wingman once that I demonstrated, and he was like, no, online. Just online. And online dating didn't work for me recently either, because with my age, everybody wanted a daddy. They'd come over and say, hey, daddy. And I'm going, I get embarrassed. I'm not into that. And so I'd say, take out my trash. Fill up the car, mow the lawn. And a few of them did. So it worked. Huh. Yeah, where were they? Dating, yeah, Norwegians, yeah. I liked being Norwegian. The flirting was bad. The dancing was worse. I can't dance. I mean, it's because of the being, restrained. I mean, I dance so bad, I get attention from drag queens. You don't want drag queens to notice you. I mean, you just don't. And the thing is, I'm so bad, they're not mean to me. They're just, when a drag queen is sympathetic towards you and nice, you're bad. I mean, I'm the train wreck of dancing, the car wreck of dancing. You want to look away, but you can't. It's horrible. I mean, my boyfriend, my now husband, he loves to dance. He's so good at dancing. He looks so sexy. All the parts move in the right place. And like everybody, he tries to help me. Everybody says this when they see me not dancing. They always give me the same first advice. Just relax your hips. How do you relax your hips? I'm sorry. First of all, just saying relax your hips. You can't relax on command. It's like, okay, give me a Valium and I'll relax. But I have the San Andreas hips. They're gonna move someday, but probably not today. Probably. I mean, I'm Nordic. It's like, use the skiing analogy. When alpine skiers ski, they're so pretty, like swoosh, and the butt goes out, whoosh. And when the Nordic skiers, it's like, I'm gonna get somewhere, and that's me. I'm gonna get somewhere. I mean, when I dance, it's kind of like, this is it. This is when I'm really getting down. I know. I so embarrassed my husband. We went to the Kid Cudi concert, and everybody starts doing this thing, and I thought, oh, that's so out there, so I'm kind of doing this. I tried. They thought I was an undercover cop there too, so I confiscated a lot of drugs. It was fun. Give it to me, no more questions. It was awesome. I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm getting dehydrated. I need more vodka. All right. Yeah. My Norwegian ancestors didn't quite know what to do with me, though, when I was a little kid, because I was a gay little kid. Surprise! Are you shocked? Yeah. I was. Of course, you couldn't call me a gay little kid back then, because they didn't have the terminology yet. We didn't have gay. That was later. So they called me artistic. Sensitive. That was me. Oh, I was so good. I was the youngest of four, and my parents always called me the daughter they'd always wanted. You are laughing. My sister hated that. She hated that. And I was way younger, too. My next brother was 13 years older than me. And so, of course, you can imagine they're playing games and stuff, and I want to, but I'm not capable. And family legend has it, when I was like 3 years old, I stood up on the dining room chair, and I went, I'm going to outlive you all. 4 down, 1 to go. Yeah, my older brother's the one that's still alive and kicking. He's in his 80s. He tried to build an airplane a few years ago, so I thought, ooh, gonna get him now. But it never got off the ground. Literally never got off the ground. Because, yeah, my poor dad, he tried to toughen me up a little bit. Got me a football. My sister took it. She was real good, too. She could have been quarterback if they let girls do that back then. And then he decided, we're going to get a dog. This was my first pet. I mean, my last pet prior to the pets I have now. And I thought it was a great idea. We're on our way to the pound. I remember this in the car. We're driving. And this is when my dad made his fatal mistake. I said, Dad, can I pick the dog out? He goes, sure, son, because we're having this bonding moment. So we get to the pound, and there's like a Great Dane. There's all these big, fierce dogs. We came home with a miniature French poodle that I named Mr. Pierre. Put little ribbons on him. We would go walking up and down the sidewalk of Michael Avenue in Fullerton. I would have him on the leash. I'd be parade waving at the neighbors. You know, Pierre would be sashaying. I mean, if you look at the record books in Orange County, California, we are the first recognized pride parade. Yeah, we are. We were a few years before Stonewall, so we did really good. Woo, I still remember that. My dad must have been so embarrassed. I love that little dog. Well, he's kind of more like a bladder covered with fur, but it was still he was a cute little dog. I loved him. I did. Oh, pride. Yeah, I did that pride parade, and I've been in a few since then, but I'm gay, but I'm not really parade gay. I mean, I like Pride Day, and I like the idea of pride a lot, but Pride Day itself, that's kind of hard on me. I mean, it is. And then plus, I always know every year I'm going to get the same phone call from my old uncle. What about straight pride? Does anybody have that uncle? Straight pride. First of all, straight pride, what the heck? Gay pride is commemorating the Stonewall revolt in the 1960s. What is the straight pride parade recognizing? What, the grand opening of a Chick-fil-A somewhere? I mean, I don't know. And I have questions again, straight pride. I mean, I've been to both. Which parade is better, first of all? We all know. And frankly, every parade is gay. Every parade is gay. Because they've got floats and they've got people wanting attention. I mean, I'm sorry, but the straight pride parade, who is going to decorate those floats? And who's going to protest? I mean, we have the Nazis. Who are they going to get? I mean, and first of all, let's stop for a moment and be empathetic towards the Nazis at the gay protests, because maybe they're gay Nazis. And they're not there to protest. They're just there in their own anxious way trying to fit in. You know? No? Did you hear about last year? Last year there was a whole group. It wasn't, I don't think they called themselves Nazis, but it was some kind of right-wing or whatever people, and they were all crammed into some kind of SUV or something. There were like 30 of them on their way to some Idaho Pride event to disrupt it. And I'm sorry, 30 guys crammed in the SUV or whatnot, rubbing thighs. Some of them are getting China patterns now. You know it. You know they are. My main question, though, for straight pride parades, I want to know, are you going to have torches? You know, is it that kind of parade? I don't want to go to that one. I like going to Pride as an old person, because now when I see the young guys walking around with their shirts off and whatnot, they always thank me for my service. Not military, like, oh, you're old, you went through all the civil rights. Thank you for your service. And I say, you look great, you must work out a lot. And they go, oh, thank you. And maybe 3 out of 10 times they go, do you want to touch? And I do. Thank you. Be proud. I like this. I think this is great. I'm going to trip and kill myself here. I know I am. All right. You know, the hardest thing about being a little young gay kid in the 60s, no internet. What does a curious little gay kid do? My brothers were all very shy and secretive, so there was none of that. They were old enough to, get out of the way. And the binoculars, I never got anything good from there. But Sears catalog. That was my porn in the day, Sears catalog. I still like a good pair of tidy whities. Those are fun. They're fun to take off. But and then with the it's awesome. I get a little overheated just thinking about it. I must have looked at that part of the Sears catalog too much though, because it always just opened to it. My dad thought it was my mom, and so he switched from boxers to. We figured that one out years later. Yeah, served him right. Served him right. Oh yeah, I couldn't. It was just hard to find anything up. But I did love the Sears catalog. It was awesome. It was awesome. All right, more vodka. I know this is just not an anxious cry for help. Lame. I don't know what the word is. There we go. Let's see. I told you about the football. I told you about Pierre. Told you about Pride. I went on my first gay cruise. You don't care. No. You need to rehearse that one. You don't have to like everything, but no, I've had friends for the longest time saying, let's go on again, and they were always talking about it, and I was always getting out of it. I thought, that just does not sound fun to me. I don't want to do that. And finally, they just kept working on me. And first they tried to sell it to me by saying, Jim, this gay cruise, it's like Pride Day, but for 7 days at sea. Well, I've already told you, Pride, by 3 o'clock, I'm day drunk and over it. And I got glitter where glitter shouldn't be, and 7 days of that could be devastating. I didn't know, but they wore me down. Martinis were involved. Signed up, got a crazy roommate, but they said, you're gonna lose your cares, you're gonna lose your worries, and they lost my luggage. Think this through. My very first gay cruise, I already have anxiety, and now I have no clothes. Just the ones on the plane that were not my good clothes. All the good clothes are somewhere, not on me. It was horrible. So I hid in my cabin forever. No, I didn't. I went out anyway. It was actually very popular. They kept giving notices about the poor guy without luggage, and so people started giving me stuff, to wear. None of it was their good stuff, and it didn't fit. Oh, tiny guys out there, I can't breathe. But it was okay. Oh, I remember, I had concerns though about going, and I told them when I was trying to get out of it, I said, I have two big concerns about going on this trip. And they immediately said, Jim, you do not have to worry about your body shape or how you look. I had been concerned about having enough money and getting time off. So now I had 4 concerns. So, thank you very much for getting me at ease, and no clothes. So I was like, this is so much fun. Apparently though, there were some people on the cruise that they didn't bring clothes, and that's how they ran around, but they had different bodies than me. They went running around their Speedo and people went, ooh, that's hot. If I did that, it would be like, oh, what was that? They'd be polite about it, but they'd be having nightmares later. Remember gravity? Yeah. I didn't actually have sex on this trip, but I was sex adjacent. Repeatedly. And I went to my very first orgy. You're not impressed. I was not invited. I crashed it. Not on purpose. It was a nice night. I wanted to go for a walk on the promenade deck. And you may not know this about gay cruises and gay weeks at resorts, but they play disco music forever, really loud. It's bump, bump, all day, all night. That's all you hear. That's it. On and on and on. I just needed a break. So I'm on the promenade deck. It was so nice. You could kind of hear the wind over the ocean. And as I'm walking, I heard this sound, and I thought it was like whales. The whale song, like when they're mating or something. And then I realized it wasn't at sea. It was behind me on the little miniature putt-putt golf course. Apparently that was the great orgy spot because it could be hosed off, the AstroTurf, so easily. Frankly, I think this is horrible because if you ever put your bare skin on AstroTurf, that is not comfortable. But still, they weren't caring about this. They had towels and things, but I didn't know what to do. I was all of a sudden in the middle of it, and it was like a bear orgy. Do you know what, straight people here, do you know what a bear is? Usually it's a big hairy person, or it could be somebody with a big hairy state of mind, even if they're not that. So there they are, and it wasn't like the movies. I've seen orgies in movies. I kind of like those a little bit. But, they're kind of choreographed. Everybody's kind of clean. They seem to know what they're doing. This was like an IKEA instruction. It's like there's all these parts that have to go somewhere, but there's going to be some shoving there sometime. Just, I'm going to make it fit. Oh, and the dialogue was stupid. I mean, it's like, was not romantic at all. Like, how about you? And then it got really quiet. And they kind of all stopped and looked up, and here's little, hairless Norwegian me. I mean, I tried to grow a beard once. Well, I did for New Year's this year, and how am I doing? Yeah, it didn't work. Do you know how to get out of an orgy when you want to get out without anybody noticing? You just leave. They don't care. They don't care. And here's what I found out. I'm Norwegian, and I'm very, very polite. I learned this from you always do these certain things. You always have to do it at parties. You have to be on time. Apparently in orgies, you don't have to thank everybody and say goodnight on the way out. And shaking hands, don't do that. It's bad. It's bad. The last night of the cruise, we're sitting at the bar, and everybody's getting kind of drunk, and everybody's hoping I can one last chance to hook up on the trip. And this one extra drunk guy goes, "Hey, if a genie gave you one wish, what would you wish for?" And right away, 3 guys go, "Big dick, big dick, big dick." And I immediately said, "Not going with them." They're little dicks. No. I mean, they're advertising what they don't have. How stupid. I mean, don't do that. And I started thinking, clearly, they had not read the genie stories. They don't know that genies will mess with you. They will. They always do. Oh, you want a big dick? Okay. Okay, you can't even walk now. Oh, you got a scarf. Or you get one, but it's not attached. That's a knick-knack. It's a knick-knack. My mom loved knick-knacks. Well, she would like that too, because she liked getting in trouble with the Norwegian relatives. The last thing my dad did, Christmas is coming up, right? Holidays. Anybody know what they want already from anybody? I knew what I wanted for my 10th birthday with presents. I knew what I wanted. I wanted Barbie. I wanted Barbie so bad. I didn't want to be Barbie, but I wanted those sequins. I wanted the glitter. I wanted the dresser. She had a wardrobe. I mean, I wanted that. I really did. But I knew if I asked for Barbie, all the Norwegian relatives would faint and die. And just it would be the end of the thing. I would never live it down. I knew somehow that I could not do. So I asked for Ken. I thought, one step removed. It's like my entry doll. I'll get Barbie next. And sure enough, on my birthday, there's the box. It's either Ken or it's a miniature coffin. One of the two. And my parents were mean, but they weren't that mean. So they weren't mean. Open it. It's not Ken. G.I. Joe. Have you seen G.I. Joe? I would have asked for that. I knew. Oh my goodness. I could not get my friends out of that little party fast enough. Like, go. I have a date with Joe. And I remember running back into the bedroom and open that box and that camo. It was the square jaw. I mean, now I'm realizing when I was thinking of what dog I wanted the G.I. Joe of dogs. And then opening that little coat. I'm having a flashback. But then I'm so old, it wasn't Velcro. It was snaps. And I still remember that sound. Snap, snap. And then that torso. G.I. Joe has the best torso. I mean, it ruined me. It ruined me. Well, that's why I had pride. Now, yes, I want to. I thought that when I hit puberty, I would just automatically get those abs. I didn't know you had to work for them. I never got those abs for myself. I just got to touch a few. I have more of the operation guy. It's not bad, but that's more me. Pull it up, it'll be okay. But then we get to the pants. That was the biggest disappointment of my life. That misleading, they're nothing. That's what I wanted to find, nothing. Remind me of some of my dates later. It's like, get on the profile, they'd say, 8 inches. Well, where were you putting it? Did you mean metric? I don't know. What? But it got me ready. It did. G.I. Joe and everything. I've had too much vodka. I can't believe we've done this together. But we have. Oh! I wasn't done. Go ahead. No, you're awesome. Right, I want to share one last thing with my dad. My dad, he did all these things, but he was really sweet. And not too long before he passed away, we're talking, and I asked him about G.I. Joe. I said, why on earth? I said, were you just like trying to toughen me up? And he started laughing so hard he almost choked to death, which would have been sad, because then I wouldn't have got the last line out of him. He goes, no! He goes, I didn't want you dating a Ken. I know! I thought that was sweet. I did. I know. This is my dad. I know. And I said, yeah, Marine or torso, whatever, I don't know. So I'm going to leave you with this. Take my word for it. Do not worry about getting older. And here's why. My student loans are almost paid off. Ken Weber, thank you so much.